Good morning, everybody. And for those of you joining me for the very first time, I'm Mirika Cornelius. I'm an author and blogger, and you can catch me at marikacornelius.com at all times. Also, you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram because there's a lot of things I'm putting on over there that I'm not putting right here. So go ahead and click the links in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right? And if you want notifications, hit the bell. And every time I'm online uploading, you'll get it, okay? So it's early in the morning. So what I'm going to talk about is something that I hinted on yesterday in my previous video, and it was about how when I dropped my first book, I was actually working full time, and how I went about going on book tour while working full time. Okay, so it's a little hectic. It can get a little hectic sometimes, but it can be done. So for those of you who don't know how to go about doing that, I'm going to give you the answer right here. So, and this will take you, actually, if you've written your first book, this will take you from your first book and a full-time job to maybe even making your full-time job a thing of the past, okay? And bringing you to a point at least where you can be self-employed. So you'll know what to do when you get there. But for right now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you need to do as an author while you're working full-time, okay? So to get your book out there. So I was working at this place, this eyewear place. I am an optician. I became an optician while working there. I was working at this eyewear place, and it was real cool. I was working there for a very, very long time. Prior to that, I was working in rehabilitation. But I got out of that after I turned medical school down, and I went into the optical field and became a certified optician. And I was working full-time before I became a certified optician, though. I was working as a lab tech, okay? And I wanted to publish my first book. All right. And I was already married. I think I was like 1 year into my marriage. And I said, I'm going to publish a book. And my husband already published his book. And we were going to go on tour no matter what. So even though I was working full time, I didn't yet have any children, which was good. I would have had to shuffle it around again, you know. I would have had to find babysitters or whatever, but it can be done. But what we did was we took the 2-week vacation. Sometimes I would have 2 weeks, sometimes I would have 3 weeks, okay, vacation. And instead of taking a full out vacation, I didn't vacation. What happened is on Fridays, in order to schedule the book festivals, because most book festivals go from Friday night to Sunday night, okay, across the board. Either they start on Friday night and they end on Sunday night, or they start on Saturday morning, or either they're just one day. And so you want to look for, if you're in the position of working full time, you do want to find out what are the best book festivals to go to attend before you go using your vacation time for bomb book festivals, okay, and book signings. So you have your book, you have your full-time job, you want to take that vacation that you have left. If you have 2 weeks, if you have a week and a half, whatever, take your vacation and say, okay, start early, because you know you have to turn in your vacation time and they can accept it or reject it. But go ahead and turn it in early before everybody else. Just say, I want this weekend, this weekend, this Friday, this Saturday, this Sunday. Because my job required me to work on Saturday and on Friday. So I would take off those days. And I actually went and looked for the most popular as well as the most affordable book festivals, because I didn't have a lot of money to be traveling all over the place. I already had to pay rent, you know, and had to pay for this and had to pay for that. So you have to really think smart. And so you go and you research which ones are most populated, the book festivals, and they're not competing with another event that weekend in that city. And so those are the things I did. And when I found that out, my husband and I, we narrowed it down to which ones we were going to try out first. And we knew we had to go down south. We had to go up north. We had to go to the Midwest. We weren't going to even think about going to the West Coast because there was no particular plan to get back to work on time. And we couldn't lose our jobs. Okay. So what we did was we just planned it out. We always started in June. Was that the first one? I think there might have been one in March. And then March or April. Then we went June. We went August, September, October, November. We would always take up like that's almost like every other month, but it would always be a 6 month straight book tour that we will be on. And it would be like, I'm sorry, I'm holding my phone. This was just an off the cuff, like I'm going to do this video today. So, but we would do it at least for 6 months. Okay, between 6 and 8 months, we're on tour, and we would get back. We really didn't tell our jobs what we were doing, and that's one thing you don't want to do, because even though you would think that you want to tell your job about you're going on this book festival, you never know what boss wants to stop you, okay, from achieving your dream and leaving that job in the dust. So don't tell. Okay, don't tell what you're doing. Of course, they might know you have a book out. That's fine. But don't ever tell them that you are devoting your time to marketing your book, because if you have a really envious boss or a boss that just wants to be in control of your life and your future, and there are some like that out there, they'll say, no, you can't have this vacation time. And so you don't want to do that. They're not going to find out anyway. Unless you broadcast it. But yeah, so that's what we did. And we started out, we would do, like, say, for instance, I talked about the book festival, South Carolina Book Festival in June. As a matter of fact, right now, I believe the Printers Book Festival in Chicago is going on. That's what we would normally be for this weekend. Chicago, Illinois, and then we turn right back around and find another book festival somewhere in August. And then we go definitely to the Southern Festival of Books. And we hit Florida every year. From Miami, Sarasota, or St. Petersburg. So we would travel. Make sure you get your sleep that week, because there were some days that we got back, like literally the morning we had to work, and we had to jump in the bed and wake right back up and go to work. So, and it was like boom, boom, boom. But you do have to understand that sometimes vacation isn't an option when you're trying to achieve your dreams. Okay. And actually, I can say this, going these different places going on book tour, because it's something that we want to do with our lives, and we wanted to do with our lives back then, it was sort of a vacation. We enjoyed ourselves. Even though we were working and marketing and signing books, it made us happy, because that's what we wanted to do in life. Not necessarily that we did not like our jobs. It's just that that's not what we wanted to do forever. We want to be authors. We're writers. And so, it gave us a freedom that our jobs did not give us at the time. So yeah, and that's one way you can actually do it. That is a way to do it. So don't ever think that you can't market well because you're working full time. No, you can go from the East Coast to the West Coast. Use your vacation time. Make sure you don't tell everybody your schedule ahead of time. Like, I'm taking this day off, I'm taking this day off. And then somebody comes and beats you to it because they know what you want to do. There are haters like that in the world, in the job, okay? So make sure that when you have your days off, you be the first one to turn it in, because some jobs are first come, first serve, okay? And so I was always on point with that every year. Even in December, I'd be like, here's my next year's schedule. This is what I want to do. And I would always get my days off that I needed, okay? making some people really pissed. But sometimes people are going to get mad when you're trying to achieve your dreams. Okay, so that's my tip for anybody who's working full-time and is trying to figure out how to market their books effectively across the United States of America. So hopefully that helps somebody and gives somebody some motivation to still go out and promote and have a good time doing it, even with a full-time job. Take care.